All right, so what we're going to do today is we're going to start from this north-south turtle position again, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to start attacking some of the arms when they reach in. So last time we did entries into Crucifix. I can definitely do that again. This time though, like the Crucifix is really good if I'm here and he takes his arm and hugs my leg. I'm going to go ahead and do one where it's just about that far, but maybe not far enough that I'm going to be able to catch his arm. Or a lot of times I like to attack this arm in transition to the Crucifix. Okay. So what he'll do is when he goes to hug my leg here. So again, I'm going to sprawl this one. Okay. If I sprawl this one, he's not going to be reaching for that one. That's the one that he'd really want to grab with this arm if he could, because now he could collapse my legs like we did in the warm-up drill. Okay. But I'll sprawl this one, and I kind of leave this one behind because I kind of want him to reach for it. Okay. Once he hooks behind my knee, I can set up that Crucifix position that we did last time. But today what I'm going to do is I'm going to attack the arm first. So from here, as soon as his arm's here, I'm going to take this knee and I'm going to pinch it on the inside of his elbow. So he's here, he hugs my leg, and I'm going to go ahead and take my knee, and I'm going to take my knee and I'm just going to push his elbow in here. As soon as I do that, this arm goes across the hip. I'm going to hook his wrist here, and I'm just sitting back here. So I'm here, he reaches for my leg, okay, and it's just knee to his elbow, and then it's like a dog peeing on the fire hydrant. So it's here, right there, I hug his waist, and then it's lift the leg. Keep your knee bent and their wrist hooked. Okay. Now what they'll do a lot of times is they'll even shove their arm deeper to defend the arm attack. So we might as well go into the Crucifix too. So get the tap here, boom, get the tap here. He's going to shove his arm deeper. Now I'm going to hug his wrist on the far side, hook his arm, and roll over my shoulder. Once I land, this one to my head, and I want to get behind his neck, so I want to shrimp out, get on my side here. Keep his elbows away from his body, and we'll just use it as another entry. But attack the arm first. I'm here, he grabs here, I pinch his elbow, hug his waist, and turn. So here, I'm here, he hugs, I pinch his elbow, reach across his waist. There's the arm lock. He shoves it through even more. This hand comes through, grabs the wrist. I'm going to roll over the shoulder. So I keep this heel hooked to keep his arm trapped. I can even step up on the other one. Actually, I want to go here. Boom. And get behind his neck. Transition that arm like we did last time. So let me show that again. He's here. He grabs. I'm going to go for it's basically a key lock with your legs. Pinching his elbow, tap there, he shoves his arm deeper. As soon as he does, I want to transition this arm to my other leg. I bring my knee behind and I hook. Here, this hand can go on the mat, and I can push off with this foot to help me do my roll. Once I'm here, and I want to get on my side and behind his neck. We're going to transition the arm just like we did for the Crucifix, except we're not going to go for the Crucifix. So here, same thing. I'm here. He reaches for my leg. Okay. I can go ahead and I can attack the same one, or if he reaches deep enough, like he's trying to hug my leg, I'm just going to go straight for the Crucifix. So again, I get here. I'm going to transition his arm to the other leg. Okay. Now that I have the transition, again, is here, my knee comes behind, and then I just keep kicking it straight behind and I hook here. Okay. I'm going to turn, and I keep this heel hooked tight. I don't want to give him a chance. And I'm going to face the same direction that he's facing. Now I'm going to do a shoulder roll over my left shoulder. But first, this arm that's across his back is going to go across his chest like a seatbelt strap. Shoulder to far side hip. So I'm just going to dive it here, and that's the shoulder I'm rolling over. So I put this hand on the mat, put this foot on the mat, but it's important I keep my heel hooked close to my butt, or his arm's going to come out. And his arm's what's going to force him to roll. So get ready to roll. I'm going here, and I'm rolling through. Boom. And as long as I keep this in his armpit, a lot of times when you roll through, he would try to sit up right now, right? But because this arm is across his chest, when we get here, I sit up and he can't. So I'm here, and I sat up, and I have him trapped across his chest. I keep this heel hooked to keep his arm trapped. Now, to finish, post this foot on the mat, lift my butt up, and I pull this one behind me. So here, it goes from my leg. I'm going to come in, and I'm going to transition it across. Boom. Right away, I turn and face the same way, and I'm just going to dive this across and do my shoulder roll. Again, shoulder to far side hip. So I'm coming here, pushing off with my own weight. I can sit up as soon as I can, but I want this arm across his chest. Just right here, just post it on the mat. Just to stop him from sitting up as well. Okay. Post my foot, lift my hips up, and I'm going to pull his wrist underneath. Drive my head forward. And you rolled through, and usually in this situation, you ended up with your elbow in their armpit on this side, and you're kind of low on their hips usually on this side. So first step, before I do anything, I call this the reverse scarf. Scarf position, I'd be on my other hip facing his face. This position is one of my favorite positions that almost nobody likes to be in. Mostly because they don't know what to do here, so they just turn to their knees, right? The minute they get here, they come back on their knees, and no, look at, if I come on my knees, because I'm low on your hips, and I try to get side control, it's a perfect opportunity for you to hip escape. Look at, as I'm coming here, hip escape, and your knee comes across my hips before I have a chance to do anything. So, first thing first, when you land in this reverse scarf position, before you do any other transitions, you really want to scoot back. Right? So now I have space to actually turn back to normal side control if I want. Okay. Are you looking for specifically submission entries, or this is one of the best positions to go to mount from? Okay. Once I scoot back here, going to mount is basically grabbing my toes. Okay. Go ahead and post this one up, okay? Because a lot of times people try to step over like this and then they get their leg caught, right? Okay, so what I tend to do is I grab my toes and I kind of weave under his leg, drop it across. Once it's across, notice I haven't come on top of him yet. Once it's across, I drive my hips into him and go to what I call skydiver position. I'm using my hands as a base, and I'm kind of tucking my toes and hooking. And I'm really heavy. I'm not putting my weight on my knees until I'm all the way in the mount position, and then if I want to come on. Right about it. Good. All right. So, what I'm going to do is from here, I'm going to kind of lift my hips and bring my weight on top of his forearm. Kind of smash that arm to the ground. Okay. Once I'm on top of it, what I want to do is I want to scoop my butt until it falls on the other side. I'm going to open up my legs and I'm going to scoop up this arm between my legs. Now, I'm going to see when I scoop it up, I'm going to grab the sleeve, I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to post with this one, and I'm going to lift and hook underneath his elbow. Now I have his arm here. The wrist lock's right here. Okay, that's the first one. So we'll once you get to the scooping up that arm, you got the wrist lock. Okay. After that, the next one is I'm going to tuck this arm into this hip. And notice, so I'm pushing it across my hip, I'm not gonna hold it the whole time though. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna crunch forward and lock it in position with my body. Now I let go and I kind of grab his elbow here. Now I'm gonna pull and I'm gonna walk this foot over his head. Omoplata. I'm in that reverse scarf. If I'm low, first thing I want to do is scoot up into his armpits. Okay, I'm going to use this foot to kind of lift my hips so I come up on top, and I'm going to smash that arm to the ground. Okay, and I'm going to keep sliding until my butt ends up on the other side of his bicep. Now I'm going to reach between my legs and grab that sleeve. I'll be pulling up on it, use this foot to take my weight up, and I hook this one under. Pinch my knees together, the wrist lock's right there. And that's our first one. Now I'm going to sit up and see, I'm going to bring this one across. And I can even grab his elbow here, and I'm going to walk this one in a circle over his head and bring this one across. Once in here, and across to the omoplata. I'm in that reverse scarf position that we just got to here. I've scooped up his shoulder and I'm tucking his wrist into my armpit like before. Now, that's the shoulder I'm gonna roll over. And this foot's up, it's gonna help the roll. I can even put this hand on the mat to help the roll. I'm gonna roll over this shoulder. I wanna roll that way. So I'm coming here, shoulder on the mat, and I use my leg. Now, as I'm rolling, I'm gonna go ahead and grab his gi wherever I can, and I'm gonna kick him forward, thumb, right into the omoplata. Okay, go ahead and hug and pull it down. So the biggest trick to getting my posture back here is to not pull against your resistance. So I'm going like this, I'm using my back all the time, right? This one's already on the inside. I'm gonna try and bring this one inside. I'm gonna tuck my chin to my chest and basically put my forehead on your butt. Now, first step is I'm going to sit my butt back to my heels, and I'm going to walk my hands up the center of your body to get my posture back. Okay, so go ahead and get a grip too, like on the collar or whatever, because you like to grab that grip behind the neck and pull down. Like with your left hand, grab thumb hand behind my neck.
Oh, like, okay.
Behind my neck, and then pull your elbow into your ribs. Yeah. So it's the same thing. If I lift this way, that's the worst. So again, I get my hands on the inside, tuck my chin, forehead into their body, and I sit my butt back. See how I'm not actually resisting against your... Now I walk my hands up. See how I'm not even resisting yet? Till I'm in a position where I can resist.
That's huge.
And I'm just...
Okay. Yeah, because I've always been trying to go this way. You're going back. Okay.
Yeah. Don't go against the...
Right.
That's the worst direction to go, because that's the strongest direction they can hold you. They can hold you. Okay, once you're here, now you got to find a way to... I like standing to open the guard, but whatever way you know for opening the guard, you can use here. Okay? So for this, because I don't feel like getting your posture back is enough, as far as technique-wise, I'm just going to grab the sleeve, and I'm going to have you stand, boom, and do here. Put your knee inside, connect your knee and elbow. And we'll get to this point.